Hello, sorry. Hello again, everyone. I'm Paul, the Nitro Scholars, and welcome to this edition of the Nitro Corner. Today is Monday, and it is time for the Nitro Opinion. And as promised, this is part 2 of our two-part look back at the mid-year as the 2011 Nitro Corner's mid-year report comes to an end with the official mid-year Nitro Top 10. Now, this is based on all the events that have happened in the past 6 months up until today's taping. So without any further ado, here are my top 10 wrestlers of the mid-year thus far. Number 10 is Daniel Bryan. You notice the ascension of Daniel Bryan from when he was United States Heavyweight Champion all the way up to the fiasco that was WrestleMania with him that turned into a Battle Royal. You know, I won't get into too many details, but we know what happened. But Daniel Bryan turned that negative into a positive and started a winning streak, and now he's one of the most talked about names now on the SmackDown brand. So Daniel Bryan is number 10. Number 9, the Celtic Warrior Sheamus. He went on to first began at the end of the year as the United States Champion, and then he went on to switch from Raw to SmackDown, even though he lost the United States title to Kofi Kingston the night after the draft on pay-per-view, but he turned a negative into a positive himself by having one of the match of the year candidates, his victory over Randy Orton in a no disqualification match on television on SmackDown. And he's in the thick of things in the hunt for the World's Heavyweight title. Number 8 is Gunner. What a tremendous uprising this Gunner is. Great piece of talent. He's really come to his own. First, his reign as the TNA World Television Champion. Certainly nothing to sneeze at. And then, of course, all the way up to now beating Mr. Anderson and being this week's number 1 wrestler in the Nitro Top 10 shows you that Gunner is on the way up in TNA wrestling. Number 7 is the phenomenal one, AJ Styles. After Ric Flair turned his back on Fortune, AJ Styles stepped right up to the plate and became the official leader of Fortune. Then he survived a back injury courtesy of Bully Ray to nearly beating him in a last man standing match. AJ Styles certainly carrying the load for Fortune as they move on in the near future in TNA. Number 6 is Kelly Kelly. Her rise to the top, her rise in the Divas division is very interesting. She has improved wrestling skills. She knows how to get around in the ring now much better, and really has stepped to the forefront as one of the leading divas in the Divas division. And no doubt, I wouldn't be too surprised to see her become Divas champion one of these days. Number 5 is the current TNA Knockouts champion, Mickie James. Her main goal this year was to become TNA Knockouts champion, and that's exactly what she did, beating Madison Rayne in less than a minute inside of a steel cage to win the Knockouts title, and then successfully defending that title most recently against Angelina Love. Number 4 is the Icon, Sting. The former TNA World Heavyweight Champion certainly has notched victory after victory in his battles against Hulk Hogan, even though he's lost the TNA World Heavyweight title to Mr. Anderson. Sting certainly not out of the woods yet as far as being in the title hunt for the TNA World Heavyweight title. And I wouldn't be too surprised if I see him regain the TNA World Heavyweight title in the near future. Number 3 is John Cena. Yes, he's not had much of a role the last month and a half, but John Cena, look at the body of work over the past 6 months. He headlined WrestleMania, nearly beating The Miz for the championship, to his face-to-face confrontation with The Rock, not only at WrestleMania, but the next night, accepting the challenge for The Rock versus John Cena at next year's WrestleMania. And then regaining the WWE Championship inside a steel cage, beating The Miz and John Morrison in that triple threat steel cage match. So John Cena, for his body of work, earned him the number 3 spot. Number 2 is the best promo man in professional wrestling, the new TNA World Heavyweight Champion, Mr. Anderson. Why do I call him the best promo man in professional wrestling? Look at the past promos over the past 6 months. Innovative, creative, very funny. But he gets to the point and he backs it up with action in the ring. Notice the fact that he is now the TNA World Heavyweight Champion, not once, but twice. Mr. Anderson certainly becoming the household name in TNA, now known as Impact Wrestling. And now, the #1 wrestler of the mid-year thus far, and certainly on track to becoming Wrestler of the Year, is the Viper, Randy Orton, the #1 wrestler of the mid-year. Randy Orton certainly has had a tremendous 6 months. He defeated every member of the New Nexus. He defeated CM Punk at WrestleMania. Then when he was drafted to SmackDown, he defeated Christian, his first appearance on SmackDown on television. He defeated Christian to become the World Heavyweight Champion. Thus far, he's involved in a feud once again with Christian over that same belt. But Randy Orton has become a household name on SmackDown. And there you have it, folks. That is your Nitro Top 10 of the mid-year. And that is it for the 2011 Nitro Corner Mid-Year Report. I hope you enjoyed that, and looking forward to the next 6 months in professional wrestling. And that is it for this edition of the Nitro Corner, Nitro Opinion. I will be back tomorrow for the Monday Night Raw report. Until then, I'm Paul the Nitro Skyber saying, so long, everybody.